Good day, baseball card collecting nation. This is Chris from Big 3 PC, and today I'm going to share my PC with you. As a reminder, you can find me on YouTube, Insta, Twitter, Facebook, and of course, you can always reach me by email. Alright folks, let's dig into my PC. I am 3 months in, and I have a long ways to go when it comes to getting the cards I want for that 43 player list I showed you last video. But I've already got a lot of love for this PC, and I'm excited to share it with you. We're going to get started with Mookie Betts. That shouldn't surprise you if you watched the last video. You know that I think he's undervalued, and he's going to the Hall in 10-15 years, health permitting. Well, maybe more like 15-20. But yeah, I'm all in on this guy. So I'll show you a few things here as we go, just to make this a little educational as well. This is Mookie Betts' flagship rookie card, meaning it comes from Topps Series 1, 2, or Update. That's kind of Topps' flagship. They make a lot of other sets. Those are the main 3 each year when you're rookie card hunting. This comes from 2014 Topps Update. And you know it's a rookie card because it's got an RC on it. And that's one of the nice things about modern cards as compared to the 80s and 90s. RCs, they're always going to be denoted on the card. You no guessing anymore. Players will have multiple rookie cards, but you will know what they are when you see them. So this is his flagship Topps rookie card. It has been graded by PSA, and it has been graded a 10, Gem Mint. And why do I go after Gem Mint cards when I'm looking for base rookies? Well, because even though print runs today are a lot shorter than they used to be, maybe we could estimate that there's something like 100,000 of these out there, relative, compared to the millions and millions and millions they used to make of each card back in the 70s, 80s, 90s. If you want to add a little more scarcity and value to your collection, buy perfect cards. Buy them that have been graded by a professional grading company. And that way, oh, sorry, battery running low here. There we go. And that way, you know that your collection only has the best. So sticking with Mookie. Bowman Chrome First Auto. So I told you I'm looking for rookies from flagship and Bowman Chrome First, either base cards, parallels, and autos, ideally. So the auto is always going to be the most expensive card. The base autos, they make somewhere around 2,500 of them. Again, you want to introduce more scarcity to your collection, get a graded card. That's Gem Mint. So, love this Mookie. How do you know it's a Bowman Chrome First? Bowman says Chrome. Not sure if you can pick that up there. It's fine print, but it says Chrome. It's a shiny card. That's what the Chrome means. And it says First over here. Again, no guesswork. Bowman Chrome First, typically a player's first professional card, usually released long before they reach the majors. And that's what makes it such a cool card. Now, I've already got the rookie in the Bowman Chrome First Auto for Mook, so if I happen to see other stuff that catches my eye of his, shorter print, kind of interesting cards, I'm liable to pick those up, especially if I see them at a good value. Got a couple of minis here from his rookie season that are fairly short print. This is a /50. Nice card. And this to /250. So I add a little color to my Mookie collection because, as I said, I think he's undervalued. Sticking with the Red Sox theme, it pains me as a Blue Jays fan, but got to respect the talent, got to respect the careers these guys have had. David Ortiz, Big Poppy. This is a priority A type player. I think I had him as a C in the Excel sheet I showed you last video, but that's only because I've already got this card. He was an A for me initially because I think he's going to go to the Hall in the next couple years as soon as he's able. And you want to get in on those guys before that happens as far in advance as possible. So here again, this is his rookie. Notice, this card does say rookie on it. But that wasn't super predictable back in the day. I had to research this a little bit. This is probably the rookie card of his to get, without question. And again, got it graded to add quite a bit of scarcity into my collection. Next up for Big Poppy, I got to go after his first auto. He doesn't have a Bowman Chrome first auto, I don't believe. So I'm probably looking at something like Don Ross Signature Series, hoping to hit that over the off season. All right, jumping into one of the more valuable cards I own. That would be Mr. Juan Soto here. And we know there's a ton of young masters in the game. The ball's flying out of the park. It's exciting. Unless money's no object, you're going to have to pick some sides. You're going to have to choose between comparable young players that you want to invest in, at least right off the bat. So when I look at Soto and compare him to the guy he gets compared to a fair bit, Acuna, I just see more value in Juan Soto. This is about an $1,100 card for me. Again, all prices are Canadian. I'm not sure if I mentioned that in the last video, but I am definitely in Canada. So I will be quoting Canadian prices. This is about an $1,100 Bowman Chrome First Auto. If I wanted to buy Acuna's right now, I'd be looking at more like $2,500. When I compare these guys, which I will be doing in future videos, I will be comparing players who I deem to be fairly comparable and trying to help you determine where the value's at and what to prioritize. When I compare Juan Soto to Ronald Acuna as hitters, it's not close. Juan Soto's OPS plus, OPS, walk rate, K rate, much better than Ronald Acuna's. I know Acuna plays better D and he has a few more stolen bases, or a lot more, but for me, the valuation difference between this Soto and Acuna's makes 0 sense. So I went after Juan Soto first. Let's get into some pitchers. Pitchers, not as big of a priority in the industry as hitters. Like chicks, ball card collectors dig the long ball, or so it seems. But there's a handful of pitchers from this generation that you're going to want to own. Guys that are almost certainly going to the Hall and have had such distinguished careers. You'd be remiss to have a collection without them. So for me, the big three, at least to start my collection: JV, Max Scherzer, and Clayton Kershaw. Now, I was hunting down JVs furiously late August, early September, wanting to get him as a priority A, just thinking about the postseason he's liable to have and what that might do to add to his reputation and card values. Then the guy went and threw a no-hitter. His values have exploded, and I kind of missed the boat. I'm going to have to pay up for him eventually. But for now, I spent $10 on this paper Bowman first card that has the gold parallel to it, so it's a bit of a rarity. But this is basically just to get this man into my collection. I'm going to have to buck up later, get some more. Max Scherzer, along the same lines, distinguished career, got a potentially big playoff performance or two in him this year. So wanted to at least get his rookie PSA 10 before playoffs hit. I had the funds to go big after one of these guys, and after JV ran away from me, I decided next to go to Kersh. I just feel like sooner or later this guy's going to get that postseason glory, either personally or through his team, and really add to that legacy. And if and when he does, maybe you see his cards go up from there and never come back down. So got his got his rookie card here, PSA 10, and then I splurged. Big splurge. Clayton Kershaw, 2008 Bowman Chrome First Auto. This was about a $900 card for me, but here, what I'll point out is that we got a different grading service. There's basically two that really matter in the game right now, and that's PSA, which you've seen so far for all the other cards, and now you got Beckett. Beckett, typically a little harder on the grading scale, and a 9.5 Beckett is somewhat comparable to a 10 of a PSA. So here's my Kersh Bowman Chrome First. This is auto. This is a very hard card to get graded highly because of its black borders, which typically show a lot of wear on the edging. And if you look at the subgrades here, you'll see, even though this card looks nice, that was the lowest grade it got, was its edges. Black cards, tough to grade well. I'm going to move into a couple of players now that I would refer to as trepidation buys. Manny Machado. This guy's had a fantastic career through age 26. He's on track, really, if he stays healthy and makes good on that contract, to be one of the fifth or sixth player to ever get to 500 homers and 3,000 hits. He'll be number 6 if Miguel Cabrera eventually limps to those marks. But his prices have fallen significantly. He had a bit of a down year. He's never been a huge character guy, as far as I can tell. And he's out in San Diego now on a non-playoff team. So the down year makes this a bit of a trepidation investment for me, because what if this is a sign of things to come? But with the numbers he's put up and the kind of player he is and the team that he's on in terms of the future for that team, I got to think there's much better days ahead for Manny, and he just needs one hot half to reinvigorate his prices. So I got his first here. This is no auto on this. This is just his Bowman Chrome first card and a PSA 10. But I'll be hunting down his autos this offseason, I think, because they're very well priced. And to give you an idea what I mean by that, his Bowman Chrome first auto PSA 10 is about half the price of Mookie Betts. And through 26, their numbers, they're different, in a few ways. But, I mean, Manny's just as much on a Hall of Fame path as Mookie is. Trepidation buy number 2, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. As a Jays fan, there was no way I was getting back into the hobby without adding some Vlad. But call me underwhelmed. Call us all underwhelmed with that rookie season he just had. When you couple that with the fact that this guy came in to the year with more hype behind him than anybody, and consequently massively valued cards. We talked about Ronald Acuna's prices for his PSA 10 Bowman Chrome first autos. Vlad's are less than that, but they're still well into the $1,000 plus range, which, as we've talked about, is way ahead of really great players like Mookie Betts. So what I'd like to see for Vlad is he get into shape. I'd like to see his prices soften a bit more this offseason, given this sub 800 OPS rookie season he just put up, and then maybe get in there. But right now, he's on my list. I'm happy to have at least this card, and hopefully his rookie soon with some of the boxes we're going to open. A player I have no reservations about on the Blue Jays is Bo Bichette. Obviously, he appears to be a stud. He's got the same type of bloodlines. He had not the same success in the minors, but a very, very good minor league career. And he came up and hit the ground mashing. I was fortunate enough that this was my first foray into the world of prospecting. Bought this card a few weeks before his promotion for about $600, and it's sold as high as $1,300 that I've seen, and it's settled down a bit after his hot start. But my thinking here is this is a pretty rare card. This one, if you'll see top right corner, is numbered to 150. So it's his Bowman Chrome first auto to 150. And basically, these cards get so valuable so fast when the players prove themselves to be awesome that for guys like me, they get out of reach. So I thought, buy him when he's in the minors and hope he hits, and he did. Love my Bobby. All right. Talked about prospecting, talked about Bowman Chrome first and rookies. Now there's a lot of talk in the game about who's the next Mike Trout. Everyone's talking Acuna. Give me some belly, all right? Give me a little belly. What has this guy done? I mean, he mashes. He's possibly the MVP this year. We'll find out soon. He's on a team that's probably going to be making noise in the playoffs for the rest of his career. I mean, just the way they manage that organization and the resources they have. He's got insane defensive value. I mean, he can play great first, but he's also out there playing plus center field and putting up huge WAR seasons. So I had to make a call, like we talked about the Soto, and I decided I'm backing up the Brinks truck on Cody Bellinger. So we got a rookie card of his here, and this is not Flagship Topps Series 1 Tour update. This is a totally different Topps offering, a super exclusive set known as Topps Transcendent. I mean, long story short, they basically make under 100 sets, and their boxes that they sell are like 20 grand. So I can't buy one of those, but I can buy the card I want for much less. I think this was about $250, and I will look to add his Flagship Topps rookie card down the road in a PSA 10 form, but I could not pass this one up. This is a rare card, It came available at a reasonable price in my opinion, and I jumped. And when I said I backed up the Brinks truck for Cody, I wasn't kidding. Here we have his refractor Bowman Chrome First Auto. Again, graded. Beckett 9.5 we talked about. That's almost as good as they get. There are some 10s out there, but they're pretty hard to find. So take a look at the back. You can see at the top the refractors for Bowman products, typically numbered to 499. So I'm all about them Dodgers. Got to root for the blue. Blue Jays are out. Still finding a way to root for the blue. Speaking of Blue Jays, almost done here. Let's start with Doc. This is his Bowman Chrome First. Now this is the 90s. They are not noting that it's a first. I had to do a little research on that. I also had to do a little research on the parallel versions, which this is. You see the American flag there. So this is a bit of a shorter print run of his Bowman Chrome First. I haven't really found it in a PSA 10 form yet, but this is a kind of like a very good or mint version. I wouldn't get it graded, but it's a start. I can't go 3 months into my collection without having a little Doc. And of course the boss. Jose Bautista, another interesting one to discuss, because Jose, as most of you probably know, he wasn't necessarily a top prospect. So his first Bowman cards are in 2002, but he did not get his first signature down on a Bowman until this card in 2006. So I had to really hunt and look into that. So while this is not his Bowman Chrome First, it is his first auto on a Bowman Chrome. So for me, that made this a priority card. And folks, if you're a Jays fan, go get this card. It's like 20 bucks. It's amazing. When you take it out and you have a look at it, he's got a bit of context and to his body on it. It's super shiny and flashy. Great signature. Awesome card. His rookies, by the way, are all in 2002. There's 3 of them, and I'm hunting those down. But again, because of these black borders, hard to find a good graded version. Okay, finishing off here with, of course, the GOAT, Mike Trout. His cards, super pricey, as you might expect. Let me quantify that for you in case you don't know. I got 2 of these fellas here. Super lucky. These cards sell for about 600 bucks raw. And this is not a rare card. This is Topps flagship, Topps Update 2011. Again, print run, your guess is as good as mine, probably around 100,000 cards. Very, very interesting to have a card that is not rare selling for those kind of prices, but that's what happens when you got a guy like Mike Trout out there doing what he does year in, year out. I was super fortunate to find these cards. Basically, I went on Facebook Marketplace as I was getting back into the hobby, and I bought a shoebox of cards off of a gentleman, and it had a few of these in it, and that obviously re-energized my passion for the hobby. And I hope that you managed to have a similar bout of luck as well in your collecting. Don't sleep on Facebook as an avenue for finding great cards for your PC. Facebook Marketplace and Facebook groups. We'll talk about some Facebook groups in future videos. Now, since Mike Trout's cards have run away from all of us, I mean his Bowman Chrome First autos, forget about it. You're talking about like around 10 grand to get into that market as a start. For me, collecting Mike Trout, really, I'm just looking now to pick up some other stuff. So this is an earlier card of his single A card, which is reasonably priced, especially if it's got a bit of a blemish on the bottom corner like mine does. But so yeah, I'm just out there to collect some of his earlier cards that aren't $10,000. And if I find some nice numbered cards like this one to 99, nice and gold, I'll pick those up too along the way. Okay, that's it. I hope you've enjoyed seeing my PC today. I'll be posting videos from time to time to show you all of the new additions. And as always, I want to thank you for watching and allowing me to help you build a PC for your Big 3.